Hi Paul, this is Dale. I wanted to show you the process of the animation. So what we got here, right here is your comic, and of course I don't have all the text, so it helps me a lot. And from the comic, I have to literally, let me turn around and make everything in an alpha. As you can see out here with the boy here, let me a little bit larger, a little bit larger than that. Okay, so here's the boy I cut out. Okay, and see, I have to turn everything in the background into an alpha, and I get rid of the eye, actually make it into another picture, okay, with an alpha around it, and the hand is now actually a vector, so I erase the hand and put a little blue of the shirt behind it. So that's the boy, and here's the background, and of course the background has to have nothing in it, so I have to go back through and I erase the boy and I erase the girls, okay, and I cut them out just like the boy and put them in a picture. And you can see the squiggly line here. Okay, that's where I really didn't do a good job of it, but so far in the background, nobody's going to really notice that. So that's the GIMP part. Okay, that's erasing everything and filling it in with the colors to make the background look complete, or just cutting a person out. So that's GIMP. Let me close that off. The next process here is the animation. Okay, and so let me show you. Okay, this is what I've got currently with this the girl swinging in the background. That's what I'm working on right now. And you can see I can render her out in a single frame, but of course I can render her out in what's called an image sequence. But let's just play her for a moment. And as you can see, what I'm doing here is that I've got her rigged with bones, okay, and as the bones go back and forth, I've got the bones in the beginning making her larger, and then as the swing goes back, she becomes smaller. And the way I do that is by adjusting the bones here. So that's how that's done. Okay, and she can swivel, oops, right here. But of course you can see there's problems up on top. You can see where I'm pointing to. Okay, so what I got to do is I add another layer for her. Okay, and that layer is right here, and that's all vector. Let me bring up my markers so I know where the bar is going to be and where I want the vector layers to attach. Let me zoom in. So, and I'm working on this, so it's not going to look perfect. See how it's sliding off? These bones are affecting this layer because it's here. I can't separate them. But anyway, okay, what I'm going to go back to is individually keyframe every 5 or 6 frames, okay, so that it looks right. And that's what I'm working on right now. So like once this is done, okay, I can change stuff in a heartbeat. Okay, any of the animation, you know, is very easily done. All I have to do is copy and click keyframes. So it's not a big deal to change stuff. You know, this is a simple cycle of the swing. So let me do a quick render, and that's what it, you know, that's how I render it out. Hey, of course, I render this out in image sequences, and that's a, and I let me see. Do I want to change anything? Do I want to save this? Yeah, I better save this. So anyway, the next thing I do is I go to a 3D program, okay, and what I will do is all these are alpha planes. And what's going on here is that, hey, he's an alpha plane with what you would call an animated material. And the girl's going to be popped back there as an image sequence. Okay. And I'll do that right now. I'll show you what I'm doing. And of course I'm going to fight with my computer because my computer's a piece of junk. And I got page 1. I'm looking for a girl. On panel 2. Boy, girl test. We're going to open her up. And there she is. And of course it generates an alpha plane for me automatically, but that's not the correct alpha plane. So this is just a single image. Now I got her here, and I'm going to push her back, too far back, and I'm going to put her, oops, grabbed the wrong thing, undo, thank God. So I want to move her up, I want to shrink her down a little bit, I'll move her across, I'm going to shrink her a little bit, move her across, shrink a little, oh, not move, shrink. And I will put her in the background. Now of course she's not going to move because I didn't enter an image sequence. So let me do a quick render. Oh, the wrong. Quick screen render. And as we wait and wait, and wait for the rendering. So that's the basic idea of what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm going from 2D images to 3D images, and I can, every time I render this out, I can place shadows across the back here. Okay, from the kid, I can see now she's going to shadow up on the back plane. Because she's an image, but I don't want her shadow. So when I go back in, I will turn off her shadow. Not a big deal, you know. But that's how it's done, you know. And of course, see this line here? I don't know if you can see it, but there's quite a big line across here from her image coming in and from the other images not having the proper alphas. And I will fix that too. That's not a big deal. It's just a matter of working with the programs. So that's basically how this is getting done. And you know, I'm importing stuff into, I want to open, let's see, let me show you, we'll open, yeah, I'll save that too. So anyway, this is the boy, and he's just, this is 6 polygons or 2 images on an image sequence. And as you can see, oops, I don't know why I'm grabbing that. I've set the renderer down a little bit smaller. And he's going to have, that's where I'm getting the shadow from, is that there's a direct light right behind him. As you can see, this is the light right here, and that's how this is done. So, you know, give me your input. You know, and some things aren't as difficult as it seems. Some things are really hard, and when they're really hard, I'll let you know. So that's about it. You have a good day.